Hello there. Today, I'd like to take a moment to sit down with you and talk about something simple but really important. How many meals should older adults eat in a day? It might sound like a small thing, but the way we eat can make a big difference in how we feel, especially as we get older. I often have older patients ask me, "Doctor, now that I'm in my 60s or 70s, is 3 meals a day too much?" Or they'll say, "I've been skipping lunch to give my stomach a break." And sometimes I hear, "I read online that seniors should eat 5 or 6 small meals. Is that true?" The truth is, there isn't a one-size-fits-all answer. But what we do know is that our bodies change with age. Our digestion slows down. Our appetite might not be what it used to be. And many of us are managing conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or arthritis. So the real question becomes, how can we eat in a way that keeps us energized, comfortable, and healthy without overdoing it or missing out on key nutrients? In this talk, I'll walk you through why meal timing and frequency matter more as we age, how many meals are usually best for older adults, and how to eat in a way that feels good, not heavy, not restrictive, just right. Take your time. No need to rush or worry. My goal is to help you feel more confident about your daily meals, so you can enjoy them, stay active, and feel your best every day. Explanation of causes, signs. The way we eat in our 20s and 30s is very different from how our body handles food in our 60s, 70s, or beyond. When we were younger, we could eat a big meal and still feel light on our feet. Now, just a slightly heavy lunch can leave us feeling bloated, sluggish, or even a bit off balance. That's not because we're doing anything wrong. It's just that our bodies change as we age. And once we understand those changes, we can adjust how we eat to feel better every day. First, digestion naturally slows down with age. As we get older, our stomach produces less acid. This acid helps break down food. When there's not enough, we may feel bloated, gassy, or uncomfortable after eating. Also, the muscles in our digestive system don't move food along as quickly as they used to. So even if we're eating less, we can still feel full for longer, or feel like food is just sitting there. Second, we absorb nutrients less efficiently. Some folks eat well, but still end up low on iron, calcium, or vitamin B12. That's because our gut lining becomes less effective at pulling nutrients from food. Think of it like watering a plant where the soil doesn't hold moisture well anymore. No matter how much care you give, the plant still struggles. Third, hunger and fullness cues can get weaker. You may find yourself thinking, "I'm just not that hungry these days." That's very common. As we age, our sense of hunger can fade, especially if we're taking certain medications or managing chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease. But even if we don't feel hungry, our body still needs regular nourishment to stay strong. Fourth, we naturally lose muscle over time. After age 60, we begin to lose muscle unless we're actively eating enough protein and staying active. Less muscle means slower metabolism, less strength, and more fatigue. It can also raise the risk of falls or make everyday tasks harder. Signs your eating routine may not be working well anymore. Feeling tired or lightheaded mid-morning or mid-afternoon, trouble concentrating or staying alert, feeling too full after meals or still hungry, losing weight without trying, weak grip, slower walking or needing help standing up, blood sugar swings if diabetic. So you see, this isn't just about how many meals a day. It's about how to support a body that's working differently now than it did before. Eating the right way at the right times helps our body absorb what it needs, keeps our energy steady, and makes daily life feel a whole lot easier. And that's the goal, right? Not just to eat to survive, but to eat in a way that helps us thrive. Most of the time we don't mean to make mistakes with our eating habits. It just happens. Maybe we heard advice from a friend, read something online, or just did what we used to do years ago without realizing our body has different needs now. Let's take a closer look at some of the most common eating mistakes older adults make and why they matter. Mistake number 1, skipping breakfast or just having a cup of milk or tea. Many older adults tell me, "I'm not really hungry in the morning, so I just skip breakfast." Or I'll just have some tea or milk and wait until lunch. The truth is, breakfast is one of the most important meals of the day, especially as we age. After a night of fasting, your body needs fuel to get going again. Skipping breakfast can lead to low blood sugar, fatigue, or feeling shaky or dizzy, especially if you're taking medication for blood pressure or diabetes. Mistake number 2, only eating 2 meals a day. Some people think, I'll just eat lunch and dinner. Eating less is healthier, right? But going for long hours without food can cause big swings in blood sugar, leave you feeling weak, and even slow down your metabolism. Plus, when you eat only twice a day, you're more likely to overeat at each meal, which leads to bloating and discomfort. Mistake number 3, eating too much in one sitting. This one's common. I don't like to snack, so I eat one big meal and that's it. But as we age, our digestive system slows down and our stomach doesn't stretch like it used to. Overeating can lead to heartburn, indigestion, or feeling too full to move, especially in the evening when our digestion is even slower. Mistake number 4, snacking on sweets, cookies, or sugary drinks. I get it, sometimes we just want something small to nibble on between meals. But if those snacks are mainly cookies, candies, pastries, or sugary drinks, they don't give our body any real nutrition. They might spike your blood sugar, raise your cholesterol, and even suppress your appetite for healthier meals. Instead, reach for a small piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, or a plain yogurt. Snacks that actually fuel your body, not just fill it. Mistake number 5, not adjusting your diet as your body changes. One of the biggest mistakes is eating like you did 20 years ago, even though your activity level, muscle mass, and health conditions have changed. For example, someone with diabetes shouldn't follow the same meal plan as someone without it. If you're less active now, your portions and food choices need to reflect that. Listening to your body and giving it what it needs now makes all the difference. So as you can see, eating well in your later years isn't just about eating less or eating what you're used to. It's about eating smarter in a way that supports your energy, your digestion, and your overall well-being. And that's something we can all improve on, one meal at a time. How to eat well in older age. Dear friends, now that we've talked about how the body changes with age and some common eating mistakes, it's time to focus on the most important part. How can we eat in a way that helps us feel light, energized, sleep better, and truly enjoy each day? Let me reassure you, eating well doesn't mean strict diets or cutting out everything you enjoy. It simply means eating the right amount at the right times with the right types of foods for your body today. So how many meals a day is best? For most older adults, 3 main meals plus 1 to 2 small snacks works well. The 3 main meals: breakfast, lunch, dinner. Each meal should include a mix of healthy carbohydrates, whole grain bread, oatmeal, rice, pasta, or potatoes. Protein, lean meat, fish, eggs, beans, or tofu. Fruits and vegetables for fiber, vitamins, and digestion. Eating on a regular schedule helps keep your energy steady and prevents blood sugar dips. 1 to 2 light snacks, mid-morning and mid-afternoon. Good options include a banana or small apple, a glass of low-fat milk or unsweetened soy milk, a plain yogurt, a small handful of nuts, like almonds or walnuts, just 5 to 7 pieces. These little snacks help you stay fueled throughout the day, so you're not overly hungry at your next meal. How much should you eat? As we age, we often need fewer calories, but the same or even more nutrients. So it's best to eat until you're comfortably full, not stuffed. Make breakfast and lunch your heartier meals, and keep dinner lighter and easier to digest, especially if you want better sleep. You might reduce carbs, like rice or bread, slightly compared to when you were younger, but don't cut back on protein or vegetables. They help keep your muscles strong and your digestion regular. A few simple but important tips. Eat slowly and chew well. Helps with digestion and prevents choking. Stay hydrated. Aim for 6 to 8 cups of water throughout the day, unless your doctor says otherwise. Cut back on added salt, sugar, and greasy foods, especially if you have heart disease or diabetes. Avoid late-night meals. They can cause indigestion and make sleep harder. And remember, you don't need to change everything overnight. Start small. Maybe eat at regular times. Add a little more veggies to your plate, or cut back on added sugar little by little. Every small step makes a difference. Your body will thank you for it, and you'll feel better, stronger, and more in control of your health. Because in the end, meals are not just about nutrition. They're moments of care, comfort, and connection with your body, your family, and your life. Real life story. Let me tell you a real story about one of my patients, Mr. James Miller, a kind and thoughtful 68-year-old gentleman living in Portland, Oregon, with his wife and 2 grandchildren. When he first came to see me, he said, "Lately, I've been feeling really tired around lunchtime. I get lightheaded, my hands feel shaky, and sometimes I feel dizzy when I get up from the couch. I was worried it might be my blood pressure or something with my heart." As we chatted more about his daily habits, I learned something important. Mr. Miller was only eating 2 meals a day, a small bowl of oatmeal early in the morning, and then dinner with his family in the evening. He told me, "I figured I'm getting older, I don't need to eat as much, and honestly, I'm not that hungry most of the day." But when we ran some tests, we found that his blood sugar was dropping too low around midday. This is something I see often, especially in older adults. As we age, the signals our body sends, like hunger, can fade. But our brain, our heart, and our muscles still need steady energy to function. After some gentle coaching, Mr. Miller agreed to adjust his eating routine. A more complete breakfast with toast, eggs, and a banana, a mid-morning snack, usually a glass of unsweetened almond milk or a small yogurt, a light lunch with soup, salad, and some chicken or fish, dinner with his family, but with smaller portions than before. No snacks after 8 p.m., just a cup of warm water or herbal tea. 2 weeks later, he came back for his follow-up. With a smile on his face, he told me, "I feel like myself again, Doc. I've got more energy in the afternoons and my balance feels better." My granddaughter even said, "Grandpa, you look younger." Mr. Miller's story is a good reminder for all of us. Our bodies can still heal and improve, even in our 60s, 70s, or beyond, if we give them what they need. Skipping meals or eating too little can actually make us feel weaker, not better. The good news? You don't have to make big changes overnight. Start small, eat at regular times, add a mid-morning snack, make dinner lighter. Little by little, your body will respond. And remember, you deserve to eat well, feel strong, and enjoy each day with comfort, clarity, and confidence. Summary and final advice. Dear friends, we've covered quite a bit today, haven't we? From the simple question, how many meals should older adults eat in a day? We've explored why eating becomes more important and more complex as we age. Now let me help you summarize the key takeaways, so it's easier to remember and put into practice in your daily life. First, our bodies change with age. As we grow older, our digestion slows down, muscle mass naturally declines, and our sense of hunger isn't as sharp as it once was. That's why our eating habits need to evolve. Not because we're doing anything wrong, but simply because our body is asking for something different now. Second, skipping meals or eating too little isn't the answer. Many older adults think that eating less is healthier. But in reality, eating too little can lead to fatigue, low blood sugar, muscle loss, and weakness, especially if you have chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease. Third, small regular meals work best. A good pattern for most older adults is 3 main meals and 1 to 2 light snacks a day. This helps keep your energy steady, blood sugar stable, and digestion more comfortable throughout the day. You don't need to eat large portions. Just eat on time, eat the right foods, and listen to your body. Fourth, what you eat matters more than how much. Feeling full doesn't always mean you're well nourished. Focus on quality foods, lean proteins, leafy greens, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats. Try to limit processed foods, sweets, fried dishes, and anything overly salty or sugary. Fifth, every person is different. If you're managing conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or kidney disease, your diet should be tailored to your unique needs. What works for someone else, even if they're the same age, may not be right for you. Don't follow generic advice from the internet without checking with a healthcare professional. Final thoughts from your doctor. You've already walked a long and meaningful journey in life. At this stage, you don't need to chase perfection. What matters most is that you feel strong, light, and well, physically and emotionally. That you eat in a way that brings you comfort and energy, that you sleep well, enjoy time with your family, and feel at peace in your body. And all of that can start with small, doable changes. A balanced breakfast, a mid-morning snack, eating at regular times, drinking more water. None of this has to be drastic. You can ease into it, one step at a time, and your body will respond. I hope today's conversation gives you a gentle nudge to take better care of yourself, not out of fear, but because you deserve to live with strength, comfort, and joy in every stage of life.